Go ahead and roll me alertness stealth. Or alertness covert stealth.
Okay. 17.
Alright. So, you tail her, and she doesn't seem to see you at all.
Good.
She eventually goes down this alleyway, and down another alleyway, and down another alleyway, and then heads towards the stairs going up.
Alright.
And then she goes upstairs.
I'm gonna keep following her.
She goes through the VIP entrance, incidentally.
Ooh. I've been there.
That is true. So you know that this is a relatively low, like, there's almost no line, and it's well guarded.
Yeah.
Are you still gonna follow?
How well guarded?
Like 5 or 6 guards.
Surely there's a gap that I can squeeze through.
Roll me an alertness perception check, or an intelligence perception, actually, because you're trying to figure out what the, like, guard patterns are.
Yeah, that works better. 11.
Well, with an 11, you see that there might be a gap that you can go into, but it's going to be really, really, really tight.
How tight are we talking here?
It's more like you're going to have to run very quickly through. So I'm going to have to make you, if you want to do it, you're going to have to do an agility athletics running check, as well as a secondary alertness covert stealth check.
Is there anything nearby that I could potentially use as a distraction? Like bins, anything that could be knocked over?
Yeah, that's reasonable, sure. So what do? Just observe they're there? There's a bunch of trash bins, let's say.
Alright. Are there any particularly shadowy areas nearby that I could
Sure,
quickly go
plenty.
into?
Not like through the guard post. Like the only reason you're able to do this at all is because you have the invisibility cloak. Your main problem is like brushing past someone on your way out, really.
Yeah, what I'm thinking of doing is quickly going into a dark spot, like an alleyway entrance or whatever. Shooting a nearby bin with fire, and use that as a distraction.
You're just gonna set a bin on fire?
Yep.
Okay. You do so. And let me see how the guards react. I'm gonna do some rolls here. You see one of the guards briefly look over, pull out a radio, say something into the radio, and then put the radio back.
Ah, bollocks.
Or not a radio, like a walkie-talkie thing.
But didn't move.
He sort of got up briefly and looked over.
Did that make it any larger of a space for me to squeeze through?
Potentially? Let me roll, because...
Okay.
1 sec. I'll roll a d20. On a 1 through 10, you got more space. I got a 2. So it's going to be a slightly easier check.
Okay, solid. I'll try it.
Alright.
So it's agility running?
Agility athletics running.
Okay.
And then also an alertness covert stealth.
Okay. Okay, 14 on the running.
Alright, that is good enough.
And agility, stealth. 16.
Alright, that is good enough. And you find your gap and you dash on through. But it has taken you a little while, so you've kind of lost track of where she went.
Ah, crap. Okay, I'm gonna hurry up and see if I can spot where she's gone to.
Roll me an alertness perception. Or alternatively an alertness... Actually, no, not alertness perception, because she is gone. You cannot... Well, roll me alertness perception, on the off chance.
Okay. Uh, 9.
You do not see hide nor hair of her. With 6 plot points, you could.
I do not have 6 plot points.
Okay. In that case, go ahead and you can roll me an alertness survival check to try and track her.
can I do that untrained?
Yeah, survival can be done untrained.
Okay.
And obviously you can use plot points beforehand to add dice or whatever.
Oh yeah, yes, I should probably do that, because it's just alertness. How does that work again?
For each plot point you spend in this way, you add a separate die, so if you had some survival, this would be a third die. Basically, each plot point you spend is a die step. So if you spend 3 plot points, you add a d6. The minimum that this die can roll is the amount of plot points you spend on it. So if you spend 3 plot points to get a d6, the minimum of that die is 3. If you roll a 1 or a 2, it counts as a 3.
Okay.
It's basically like spending plot points afterwards, but they could potentially be much better.
Yeah. I'm not going to spend these on anything else. I will spend 3 plot points in advance.
All right.
To get a d6. $12.
Okay. So you hear some rustling in the distance down an alleyway that would make sense for it to be her. And you go down there, and there she is, turning at the end of the alleyway around the corner.
Okay, back to keeping up with her.
All right, you continue to tail her, and eventually she goes into a building. Sort of a warehousey kind of looking building. 2 sort of thug-like sort of people standing at the door.
What floor is this at this point? 11?
11, yes.
Okay.
Overall, 11, by the way, is a lot like 10, but things are a little bit swankier. You're actually seeing some homes that are not complete crap. Like, it's livable. It's a livable community.
Alright. Does this building... Does it look like it has a back exit? Or is it like...
It's like a warehouse. It has many entrances and exits.
Okay. Windows?
Plenty.
I guess I will try and follow through a window then, since there's... the guards are obviously going to see me open a door.
Roll an alertness... Or actually an agility covert sleight of hand check to try and jiggle the window open covertly.
Okay.
Unless you're just going to dive through.
No. I'll go stealthy. 9.
Well, it's taking you a while to get this window open. It's going to take you probably about 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay, screw that. I'll just teleport inside.
Alright, you teleport inside and you see something very, very kind of scary. A whole sort of row after row after row of angel bodies that do not appear to be turned on.
Oh. Great.
Roll me an alertness perception.
Suddenly regretting coming in here. 9.
You hear some mumbling and off in the distance.
People mumbling or creepy
people
angel mumbling? Okay. I will get closer.
As you approach the angels, you see them begin to light up slightly.
Ah, shit. I'm gonna try and keep my distance from the angels as much as I can, and keep going.
Well, the rows after rows of angels are sort of in between you and this door. You could try and, go around, walk around the building and open doors and hope. There's another path to the room where this mumbling is coming from. You could teleport across the angels. It's a possibility. It's about 50 feet.
Okay, I'll teleport past to get to the room.
Alright, you teleport to the other side, and you're sitting outside of the door. Roll me alertness perception again.
10.
Alright. Do you want to spend a plot point?
It's my last one, but sure.
Okay, that means you'll hear pretty much the entire end of the conversation. You hear Gomer talking to who else but Bulina. And Gomer saying, yeah, I just met with them. Yeah, I don't really know exactly what they want, but they might be able to help us out. Did you ever take a look at that cloud on your own? And Bulina replies, yes, I've taken a look at it. And Gomer says, not gonna give me much more than that, huh? Okay. Can't say I'm surprised. Look, I just wanted to tell you, I'm heading back. I'm going upstairs. I'm setting up this ship thing with them, and I'm going to sleep. Just figured you might be interested in what's going on. And Bulina says, yes, they're idiots. Nothing else is really new.
How rude.
And Gomer says, oh, whatever. Didn't seem like idiots to me, but, I don't have your fine judge of character. And you hear footsteps walking towards the door that you were sitting outside of.
Okay, I'm gonna shift to the side.
Alright. You see Gomer walk through and walk past the angels and head on out.
How big are the doors? This is warehouse.
It's a warehouse.
Like big double doors?
No. These are like normal doors. Well, this is like the office area.
Ah, fine. But I mean, like, to exit the building.
To exit the building? There's all sorts. I mean, workers don't go through the big double doors in the warehouse.
Okay, I'll follow her.
Alright. Are you teleporting back past the angels? That would be your third teleport.
Yeah, that's not gonna get me out of the building, though, is it?
Nope.
How is she getting past the angels? You said they were all in the way.
Yeah. They don't react to her.
Okay, I'll teleport past them, wait by the door that she's going to go out of, and then try and slip out at exactly the same time.
Alright. Go ahead and roll me an agility athletics test. Or roll me an initiative test. That'll be fine.
Oh boy. Okay. Initiative... 35.
Alright, what'd you get on your d20?
17.
What? 17, okay. That's for breaking ties.
Oh, okay.
1 sec. Ooh, good thing you got the 17, because one person also got a 35.
Oh my god.
But you rolled 2 higher on your d20, so there you go.
Wow. Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, you go ahead and slip out right behind her.
Oof. I hope she hasn't got that much far to go.
That she goes up and goes to the stairs and goes through another VIP section.
Is it as well guarded?
Yes.
Crap.
Slightly more. There's in fact one more guard.
What are they armed with?
Guns. And knives.
Good. Okay,
And a police stick.
Oh no. Do I want to do this? I'm gonna look around for more potential distractions.
Alright, same thing as before. There's some, rubbish bins and stuff.
Are there wheelie bins, like the big ones with wheels?
Yeah.
I am going to set one on fire and push it so that it will go towards the checkpoint.
You do so, and you hear a bunch of gunshots firing off as people riddle the rubbish bin with bullets.
That was not the reaction I was expecting.
And then you hear someone say, "Alright, we got him."
If they haven't moved like at all, I'm not even gonna risk it, because if they catch me, I'm done.
Yeah, they're not really moving. You do hear one radio and say, "We need some backup up here. I think there's an impending assault."
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call it there. I will take a note that she's gone up to the 12th floor.
And so you head back?
Yeah.
Alright, you head back down. We can rejoin with people. So I'm going to say that you all meet back up in the hotel because that's convenient.
Why that works?
Wait, we were waiting on the roof expecting...
Yeah, you were waiting on a guy. Eventually a guy shows up. He's a Charging Chuck, and he says, I'm here to show you down.
Okay.
Great. Lead the way.
Cool. If he's not asking questions about where Xerix went off to, or where Van went off to, then I'm not going to bring it up.
Oh yeah, that's a decent point. He probably asked that. He's like, didn't you have another friend?
We sure did. Like, not gonna lie, friend. We don't know where he is. He just left.
I think he was contacted psychically, and he had to run off and do something. He doesn't talk to us about much.
Do we want to wait for him here? Or...
How time sensitive is it to?
I mean,
the thing's leaving right now.
You probably got about 6 hours. I can get you down there in less than 2.
If you don't mind waiting, I would like to wait a little bit, because he is key to our experiment with the clouds.
Oh, that's true.
That's actually true. I don't know nothing about no clouds. I'm just here to bring you down. Alright, let's just wait.
Alright.
And eventually, after probably about an hour and a half, Van shows back up.
Hey guys.
Alright, time to get down. We're waiting for you.
Let's head to a ship.
So yeah, you guys head all the way down, and you exit the tower. And you're back outside.
I stretch my arms and legs, even though I was never confined, but it just feels right.
Yeah, it feels like we've been in there for ages.
The air quality is substantially higher than anything you've been dealing with lately. Like, you've been dealing with, like, steamy, kind of clammy, kind of unpleasant air.
Sewer water, like, not only...
Sewer water, yeah.
Yeah, like...
Anyway, so he says, alright, 6 a.m., your ride shows up.
Awesome.
He looks at his wrist, which does not have a watch. He says, looks to me like it's about an hour away.
Do we wait here, or is there, like, a waiting area that's more...
He points off in the distance. He says, landing bay, over there.
Alright, I'm off.
There's like a little airport area.
Let's wait there.
Alright.
Alright. So
I've got to get one of those enchanted wrists that everyone seems to have.
It must be a league thing, specifically.
Yeah.
So yeah, you wait there, and eventually, the next morning happens. And a boat shows up. And lands. And off of the boat come Wendy Koopa and Bulina.
Oh.
Neat. Hello again, Bulina. Long time no see.
Bulina looks at you and looks at Wendy, and she says, Wendy, darling, these are the idiots I've been talking about. Don't bother talking to them. They just have stupid things to say. Let's go. And Wendy looks over at you, kind of nods, and says, welcome aboard, idiots. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. Not the idiot thing, though. Just...
I should hope not.
Yes, a pleasure.
I hear you've been working with my dear Bulina. I've heard so much about you from her.
Yeah, we've known her for a long time.
Oh, yes, you used to work on Squad 404.
She's a fan.
Oh, no, I pulled some strings to get Bulina into that position. Don't worry about it. But anyway, it's been lovely hearing reports. She sent so much information about you guys and all your doings. She kept me abreast of so much.
I'm curious why our little squad of rookies was important enough for you to pull some strings.
Oh, curiosity is good. I see why she was friends with you.
Thanks.
Anyway, lovely friends of Bulina, I hear that you're going to be helping us with our little problem.
That's what we hope to do, yes.
Well, let's get some ground rules. Right before, Bulina and I are going to be observing from down here. you're going to be going up with our research team. You're going to do what you need to do. Bulina says that you might be able to do something. It's the only reason I agreed to this nonsense. And if you succeed, I'll reward you with a house. Yes, a house. That sounds good. But if you fail, you don't get a house.
Is it a moving house?
No, it's a house. It has 2 floors.
Could we instead just have better access to the building or any resources that would help us take down Espresso?
You want that more than a house?
Yeah.
Who is Espresso?
I mean, the thing is, we don't really plan on staying here.
Why not? My tower's lovely.
Oh, it is, but I don't know. I need better air.
What floor? Sorry.
She turns to Belina and says, "I see why you call these people idiots." Jeez.
What floor would the house be on?
I don't know. What floor do you want it to be on?
Higher the better, obviously.
49th.
Impossible. There are no homes on the 49th floor.
Could build it.
It's small. It's a small room. No.
As high as you're willing to give us.
What about something nice and cute on the 30th floor?
Sounds good.
I mean, honestly, yeah.
I'm not sure we'll be able to help, but if what you need is meat shields, and that's if Belina is involved, I imagine that's what our role is. Then, yeah.
What do you know about this cloud?
Nothing until 2 hours ago.
It's been there for weeks, and it's white, and
we know that
looks solid, but you go through it.
Okay, have a nice flight. She gives you a ship salute.
I'll salute back.
She seems surprised at this. And then walks away.
Tell Morton I say hi!
Morton? How do you know Morton? She turns around surprised.
Dude, we were best buds for a while.
Really?
It's been a bit.
What is your name, good sir?
Oh, Captain Jumbo Rezcow.
Oh, I remember you. You're the person who could turn on fire, I think.
That's right.
Oh, your exploits were quite funny to read. I like the part where you killed all these people for no real reason.
Yeah, that... You're gonna have to be a bit more precise, I'm afraid.
When you stole that boat!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, the memories.
She says, "Oh, I will certainly pass word on to Morton for you. Perhaps at some point we should grab tea, you and I.
Hey,
I'm a big fan of your work."
That sounds great. But, hey, we got a thing to do, so talk to you later.
Try not to
say hi to
die.
I hear my sister's in the area.
Oh, you're Caesar. I should have recognized the pompadour.
I'm climbing in the boat at this point.
There'll be time later. I take it we're on a schedule.
Ava's been very useful to us. She's working on our cloud problem. Perhaps you should stay down here, Caesar?
Okay.
Great, you can just watch.
Do you think that's a good idea, Caesar?
The way that happened makes it sound like it's a bad idea to be going up.
Yes, which is why you should come up with us.
It's fine. You two both are basically invincible. It'll be fine.
Yes, when I think Van, I think basically invincible. Being our tank, what with his... How much health do you have?
Not a lot.
What is your body?
My body is 6.
6 is basically invincible.
Listen, from down here, maybe I can try and influence things in a way that causes less danger up there. I don't know. It's more helpful for us to have somebody down here than not.
Yeah, if you fall, he'll be able to catch you. I'm not saying that because I'm not in this conversation because I'm in the boat.
And if they decide to blow up the boat with you guys on it, I can try and stop them.
This plan is just getting better and better as the conversation goes along.
It was your plan. I was trying to say let's not.
Okay, so you said if you want to miss out on the cool magic cloud, then stay down here.
Roll an alertness perception, actually, on the boat that's in the dock. If any of you have flying as a skill, you can roll that with intelligence as well, or alertness.
Just the way that question is phrased makes me draw some conclusions out of character.
11.
7.
9.
What did you get, Rezcow?
7.
Okay. With an 11, you can tell that this is a junker boat. It is not exactly the top-of-the-line fleet thing.
It's designed to take off, but not necessarily to land.
Well, I mean, it's like the discount of discount of discount sort of things.
So it'll still fly.
It'll still fly, it'll
It's
still
just,
land.
careful.
It's just bumpy, unpleasant, has none of the luxuries that someone like Wendy Koopa who was riding on it would expect.
Okay, I'm gonna address Wendy against my better judgment. I'm gonna say, I would have thought for a mission as pressing as this, we'd get something a bit less crappy.
The way you said that made it sound like you were trying to choose your words carefully to be polite, but the actual words you said were the exact opposite.
She looks at you kind of aghast and she says, "Are you aware of who you're talking to? I can have you drawn and quartered right now. And you know what? Bulina would probably enjoy it. So why don't I? Let's draw and quarter you."
I'm quite aware of who you are, ma'am, and I respect your position, but that doesn't mean that I need to bend the knee.
Then you better get on that boat.
Kamek wouldn't stand for this.
Insubordination. Get on that boat.
I will, but...
Good. Then we have nothing more to discuss. Unless you want to part with your lovely little head there and your strange hat.
It's a traditional lawyer garb.
He says, "You look stupid."
Rezcow, a guy you complimented, is wearing the exact same thing.
He's done more than you. I've never heard of a sheared Osco.
See, the difference is you're wearing like a wardrobe, while I'm wearing an armor. Like, that makes a whole difference.
She also respects Rezcow because he's killed a lot of people needlessly, whereas she's not aware that you've done that.
He's just so cool.
Okay, I get on the boat.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
I give Caesar a look as he says that.
The thing is, if it was any other two people...
I climbed while they were talking.
Oh, right, yeah, that's right, you did.
Like, Rezcow will probably be fine, and Van is not always on the best terms with Caesar, so he's not gonna... Like, if Jakey Boy was up there, I would be maybe like, oh my god, I've got to risk my life for this too. But, like, I'm pretty sure Rezcow is invincible, and Van is the one who got us into this mess, so...
You literally risked your life to try and get the cops off of me, not too long ago.
That's different. That's running around, not caging myself up on a thing
Death
that
trap?
other people control. Yeah. Actually, also, I think I've fulfilled my saving your life quota for the month.
Okay. Rezcow, if this thing falls apart, do you think you'd be able to shield me with your body?
I mean, can't you, like... Do you cancel momentum when you teleport?
I don't know, and I used all my teleports following Goma.
I can try. I can't promise anything, though. But I'll certainly give it my all.
It's better than nothing.
But, like, look, I'm not the smartest guy in the universe, but, if we fall from where the cloud is, I don't think it's gonna make a big difference.
Well, I mean, if you take the entire impact, I might be.
But that's
okay.
the thing. The force of the impact is going to transfer through me. I mean, like I said, better than nothing. I'll do what I can. I just consider trying to find a plan B.
Yeah. I do...
Hey, I still got... Wait a second.
I have a parachute still. I just remember
Bro,
that.
you got Oh, there you go. Problem solved.
I don't think this is actually a suicide mission.
I don't think so either.
Alright, so when you get on board the ship, you see the captain is a kind of jittery, shy guy.
Ah, comrade.
And
Hey,
he approaches
Captain.
you. He says, yeah, we're gonna be going up soon. Okay?
We sure are.
You should sit down.
Do you have a horn I can honk for the boat?
No.
Probably for the best.
Okay. I'm gonna go now.
Okay, good. Sounds good. Do our seats have seatbelts?
No.
God damn it.
And yeah. Moments later, the ship rises, and it's very, very bumpy and unpleasant.
Mm.
Can I roll to find it pleasant?
Sure. Roll a d20 on a 1, you like the turbulence.
It does lightweight. It's lightweight just for alcohol, or is it for like motion sickness and stuff?
I got a 3, so...
Okay, I'll accept it. You find the turbulence fun.
Yeah.
I think lightweight's for any
Lightweight's
kind of
for
poison.
alcohol. Yeah, alcohol, poison, things like that impact your blood.
Ah, okay.
Anyway, so eventually the bumping stops, and the captain comes back out, and he says, we're hovering now, so here's the thing, I'm gonna need you to put these on, and he hands you some parachutes.
Oh,
Nice.
sweet. I thought we just had to bear it and we fell.
Well, at least they came prepared.
They're probably cheap parachutes.
That's a good point. I'm going to inspect the parachute that has been given to me.
Roll an alertness.
Right in front of him as well.
Alertness, knowledge, parachutes.
Oh, my one
Aviation.
skill.
Finally pays off.
11.
These do seem like cheap parachutes.
Mm.
You'll have to roll a d20 and on a 1.
He does seem to be wearing
fail.
a nicer parachute than you, in fact.
I'm gonna tap him and say, where's the other good parachutes, mate?
You don't need parachutes if you do your job. And he scurries away.
Is that a threat? Should we feel threatened?
I think he's saying that if you guys successfully destroy whatever in the cloud, or stop it from... It's your job to stop the boat from crashing. Is it too late for me to get on to?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
I
meanwhile,
suddenly realized there might be a
Caesar,
fight up
let's
there
pop
in the
on
cloud.
down to voice 2.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So you have seen your friends pop up in the boat,
Yeah.
and Bulina turns to you and she says, your friends are probably gonna die, you know.
I hope that can be prevented. Speaking of which, did your people or angels get a hold of Jakey Boy? Is that why he's missing?
No, I don't quite know where he is. Do you know?
No.
Troubling.
He went missing after you told some people to kill him, so you can see why I thought.
I did not tell people to kill him. I said I did not care if he lived or died. Probably. I don't actually remember. If I did tell people to kill him, then he deserved it. He killed my father, you know. I loved
I've
him.
heard.
Mostly.
I mean,
Partially.
yeah, we have our history. I'm not going to get into that. You started it. But, yeah. Is there any way that they could not die up there?
No. Well, maybe. Depends on how good the parachutes are today.
Are they fighting something up there? Or are they
In a sense. And she kind
Just
of
gonna have
laughs to
fans
herself.
power trying to absorb whatever's in the...
They're fighting, in a sense, yeah. One could say they're fighting for their lives.
Good to know.
It's a bit of a uphill swim, so to speak.
Rezcow's tough. Van's resourceful. They might get out of it.
I don't know if that'll help them. And she turns to Wendy. She says, Wendy, darling, how many people have died as a result of our tests in the clouds? And Wendy says, oh, I don't keep track of numbers like that, you know. It's maybe half. Something like that. Oh, but you'll invite me to the funeral for Rezcow, right? I'm a big fan of his work.
Sure, if he dies.
Oh, goody. And she kind of claps her hands.
And if his death sticks, he doesn't tend to stay dead.
That's true. She says, oh, I've heard about that. He is quite the scamp.
That's one way to put it. It's a step up from idiots.
I guess so. She turns to Bulina. She says, I like scamp. Let's call them scamps rather than idiots from now on. And Bulina says...
I'm guessing Bulina's not a fan.
Bulina rolls her eyes and she says, of course, mistress, of course. They are quite scampish.
So I'm guessing you didn't send me up there because Avo would be sad to see me die?
Wendy says, yeah, that... She's very important to us in our work right now, and we just don't want to... You're too important to her for that. You understand, of course.
Kind of. Where is she?
She's in my lab right now. Would you like to meet with her?
Sometime. I don't really have any pressing business with her, but it's been a while. Be good to catch up.
I'm sure she'd love to see you.
Yeah. But, yeah, for now, is there anything we can do from down here to make their death any less likely?
Oh, no. They're either gonna die or they're not. It's out of our hands by now. It's the way fate works, you know.
Just, taking data from down here?
Mostly watching.
Okay.
It can be fun to watch the death sometimes.
Do you know anything about this cloud?
No, not really.
Just throwing bodies at it and seeing what happens?
Well, experimental bodies. We don't know. Maybe your friend can fix it. If not, It'll be a nice crash. It'll be so fun to watch.
I can't disagree.
Oh, she says, oh, one moment. Actually, let's put our masks on now, just in case. And she brings out a little pair of, like, goggles, and she puts them on her face. Bulina does the same.
It's their spare goggles?
Oh, one moment, of course. She waves to a nearby woman. She says, Jonathan, would you please get a pair of goggles for our esteemed guest here? And Jonathan says, yes, of course, mistress. And waddles off and grabs a pair of goggles from a big old box and brings them to you. He says, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Of course, sir. Is there anything else you need?
Not that I can think of.
Very good, sir. Enjoy the crash.
Yeah, I think, I can't think of anything to attempt right now, so...
Alright.
If we're just watching from below.
Okay. Alright, one sec. You stay in voice 2 while we resolve this. It'll be more fun.
Okay.
Okay, so... Yeah, you are, rising up, and the captain eventually comes out to you and says, it's time we're approaching the cloud. Are you ready?
I'm gonna put on my non-shitty parachute that I picked up ages ago, and just pocket the one I was just given.
Fair enough. How do you feel about this, Rezcow?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I mean, I guess we're ready.
I mean, it's all on you, man.
All right. So you guys go onto the deck of the ship. Remember, these are like Mario airships, so they look like actual boats or whatever. And
all made of wood.
Yeah. And you see a cloud in the distance. It looks like any other cloud. Roll alertness perception.
6.
9.
All right. Okay, so you see some vague shapes with a 9 in the cloud that are kind of roundish, and they sort of form for a second and then go away. And that's about it.
Roundish.
roundish.
Not to go on.
You rolled a 9! Spend 2
I
plot
know.
points and you can get it.
I have no plot points.
I know.
Say a funny joke and you'll get one.
Don't put
What's the
pressure on
deal
me,
with
man.
airline food? So you approach the... Eventually, the ship enters the cloud. And it appears to be a cloud. It's very sort of diffuse in that it's hard to tell you're in a cloud, really.
I'm gonna ask the captain if this is the cloud.
He says, yeah, hurry up!
Alright. I guess I will anti-magic in no particular direction.
Alright. Roll your check.
I stay several steps away from him.
11.
Alright. Well, as you begin activating your power, you notice that the cloud seems to be getting harder looking in front of you. And these round shapes seem to be getting more well-defined, but you still can't quite make out what they're supposed to be or what they might be. There seems to be a very large round thing forming somewhat.
Ugh. Okay,
Can I perceive this?
Roll alertness perception. But probably. If you get above a 3.
I got an 8.
Yeah.
Which is high for me.
You can see it. Also, Rezcow, you begin hearing what sounds like water sloshing?
From a particular direction?
From below deck.
Or... Water splashing.
Yep.
Do you hear that, Van?
Roll alertness perception, man.
6.
No, you don't.
Hear what?
Like water. Like splooshing.
No, I don't.
Captain, do you hear splooshing?
He says, hurry up!
Hurry up, Van.
Rezcow, be ready to hit something if something comes out, okay?
Yep.
I will anti-magic again on the area that has become more solid.
Alright, you continue to do so. Roll.
8.
Alright. You continue, you're starting to get a little bit tired in doing so. And roll me an alertness perception, Van.
Okay. 11.
Okay. You see that the shape that's forming in the cloud is getting not harder, but like more visible, and it seems to have a giant opening to it.
Do we go in?
An opening like an entryway.
No, you can't really tell that much.
Captain, get closer to that thing.
Captain says, I can't. Go faster.
Okay, more anti-magic, go.
Alright. Go ahead. Rezcow, roll me alertness perception.
Alright. I'm not the one roll this, but I got a 7.
Alright. You don't just hear splooshing down below now, you hear like what sounds like a large pouring of water. Like a waterfall almost.
How big is this ship?
Not big.
I want to take a second to take a look down in the ship.
Alright, you pop off and you see that the deck is about half flooded at this point, and there's a section of the wall that seems to be splooshing water and in a giant sort of like stream, and seems to be flooding the ship.
Is it water?
Yeah, as far as you can tell.
I'm gonna dip a foot in.
Alright, you do. It's wet.
Alright, if I'm not feeling like it's killing me, I want to waddle on over to where the water seems to be coming.
It's coming quite hard. You have to go through the water to get there.
Right.
Well, the water is up to about your mid-chest by now.
Alright.
And it's coming in a torrent that seems to be getting larger and larger.
Is there any object around that I can just take and, like, try to shove against the water?
There are some chairs and stuff.
That'll do.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a body athletics check to rip a chair off and try and plug it.
17.
Alright. You rip off a chair and put it where the thing is, and it seems to stop the flow for right now, at least. As long as you're holding it up there. It's like coming out of the wall.
Can I try to, like, with that roll, try to push the floor, the chair, not necessarily stop the water, but, like, through the hole to see if it goes
no hole.
through? So it's just water coming out of wood.
Yes.
Van, there's really weird things going on here, I say from below deck really loudly.
It's just the wood is leaky, that's all. Happens sometimes.
I got a 10 on my anti-magic.
Alright.
Also, I'll ask the captain if there's, like, a latch he can open at the bottom of the ship or something.
With a 10, you begin to see that the opening to this thing seems to go to a large chamber of sorts, I guess you could call it.
A chamber?
You begin to see in this chamber there's some streaks of blue.
Anything I recognize from past experiences?
No, certainly not.
It's not big enough to enter, is it?
Oh, it's huge. It's enormous. We're talking, like, bigger than your ship.
Oh. I'm gonna shout for Rezcow to get up here.
I need to stop this water from floating in.
Rezcow, get up here now.
Captain, if you have, like, a latch to get on the bottom of the ship, please press it as I'm hurrying up back on deck.
Captain says it doesn't help. We've tried that.
I'm on deck. All wet. You see, I'm very wet.
Wait, you're coming back on deck?
Yeah.
So you're stopping plugging the thing?
That's right.
Alright. When you stop plugging, you notice that the torrent is huge now.
It all accumulated.
Well, also, he's been making it bigger, so... It's been...
Oh.
It's now really substantial. And you think that the entire ship will probably flood in the next minute or two.
Alright. I don't think I have time to say this, as I'm running up on deck after Van called me.
Uh-huh.
As soon as I see Rezcow, I'm just gonna say, get in, now. I'm gonna jump into the opening with him.
Alright, I'll do it.
Alright. The captain says, the ship's going down, and jumps off the boat and pulls the parachute.
Oh, jeez.
And
the
ship begins to decline as you guys jump off towards the opening that you saw. And you jump, and you pass right through the lip of the opening, so to speak. And it's pretty insubstantial. It's a cloud. So you pass right through. And you fall
have a
straight
weird idea.
Down.
As soon as I feel it intangible, I see if blinking makes it solid.
Alright, you're gonna try and blink?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna need you to roll me 2 checks. An alertness, an agility, athletics check to get your timing down.
Alright. 15.
Alright. You managed to get your timing down perfectly. And go ahead and roll me a body athletics check or a body unarmed combat to try and grip the lip sort of thing.
14.
Alright. You blink and the object seems to become stable for a second. And you grab onto the lip sort of thing. Like the edge of the opening.
Right, I'm basically like Prince of Persia-ing it.
But you're blinking. Let me look at the rules for your blink.
Right.
Roll a 1d4 and you gain that many rounds of blink.
Alright. I get 2 rounds.
So 6 seconds. You have 6 seconds on the lip of the thing.
I try to run in as deep as I can.
As you run, you begin feeling, although you can't see it, you begin feeling wetness as if you're wading into water.
Not enough to, like, swim in it, right? It's just, like...
6 seconds? I guess you could probably run up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could probably run forward until you're at about your hips or so.
Okay.
Roll me an alertness perception.
Not person through life of that, but alright. 5.
You notice nothing else, and you pass through when your blink ends, and fall towards the ground.
Hey, but we've attained knowledge.
Yep. So, Van, you're falling towards the ground.
Yep. Would I be able to make an educated guess on when I'm supposed to pull the parachute out?
Yep, go ahead and roll me an intelligence perception check.
13.
Alright.
I rolled also and got a 10.
A 10? Can you spend 1 plot point, Rezcow?
Sure.
Alright. You both managed to make good educated guesses, and you pull your chutes, and let me see if yours fails, Rezcow. It does not. I gave it a certain percentage chance of failing. Anyway, and your chute goes off, and you begin drifting towards the ground. Meanwhile, 1 second. So, you're watching the ship with your pals, and the ship hovers in the air for a little bit, and then begins moving towards the cloud. And it enters the cloud, and a couple minutes later, it begins to fall towards the ground.
Alright, I'm looking for parachutes.
And you see 1 parachute go off, 2 parachutes go off, and oddly enough, you don't see the third body quite so soon. But a couple seconds later, you see Rezcow as well. Very clearly him.
I didn't actually know how many people were in the boat, so... But, yeah,
Meanwhile,
I think if I
the
see
boat
Rezcow...
crashes to the ground in an explosion of water, and water splashes everywhere. You were in the splash zone.
Interesting.
So, thank goodness you had those goggles
we're directly... We're directly beneath it. Okay.
Wendy is cheering. Because she thinks it's just way too cool.
I move out of the path of Rezcow's body.
Well, Rezcow and everyone gradually drift to the ground with their parachutes.
Oh, I thought he was jumping without a parachute.
No.
Never mind.
But Rezcow takes longer.
Okay.
He's a couple seconds delayed behind the others in getting to the ground.
See, look at that, I say to Belina and Wendy. Their parachutes both worked. All 3 parachutes worked. How many people were in there?
3.
Okay. So yeah, no deaths today.
Wendy says, I know, it sucks, but to be fair, I'm glad Rezcow didn't die.
Yeah, Rezcow's cool.
I want to get his autograph. Can you get me his autograph?
Yeah,
give it to Bulina.
I'm sure he'd be
She'll give
happy
it
to
to
sign
me.
an autograph. Alright.
Bulina grumbles and floats away. Meanwhile, Wendy and you go off, I assume, to greet the people?
Yeah.
So, Caesar and Wendy walk up.
You guys made it! I told them you wouldn't die.
Wendy says, but you failed. The cloud's still there.
No. We've gained knowledge. I was able to touch it.
What?
That's right.
I ran on that thing for like 6 seconds.
How did that... No one's been able to do that yet.
Well, I have.
What
So
what
it was solid
like?
for a second.
I mean, it was just ground. So to give an
It did
explanation,
actually feel just like ground. It felt like dirt, in fact, beneath your feet.
yeah, like it was like dirt, and it felt wet. And then after a while, the thing that I did ran off, and I fell through. So all you need to do is do like me and believe in Mushroom Jesus until you have the ability to become intangible. If you're intangible, that thing becomes solid.
Wendy says, I'm sorry, but Mushroom Jesus is banned in this tower.
Yeah, well, you'll have to find something because that's how I was able to touch it. Technically, outside
You
a
might
tower.
be able to buy some priest slaves off of Kamek. Huh. Interesting.
Or find any other way to become intangible.
But you still failed, so
There's no
no
other way.
house for you.
Look, I'm just glad that we're able to still help.
Yeah, we didn't fail. We just found one way not to deal with the cloud.
Can we get a lesser reward, like, not an entire house, but access to see more of your wonderful tower?
I suppose. Rezcow, can you give me an autograph?
Oh yeah,
sure.
I told her that I'd make sure she got an autograph.
What you got to sign?
She offers her shell up.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
Write a little message if you don't mind.
Do you have any preferred messages?
Oh no, I trust you.
Reach for the stars.
What part of a shell is it?
Like the upper part.
All right.
Like there's an area in between.
the back, or
like, there's an area in between the spikes.
so I sign, and underneath I write in my terrible Rezcow handwriting, "Mushroom Jesus is the best."
Do you really?
Yes.
Oh man.
So she asks you, "Oh, what did you write?"
It's a surprise, but it's something I believe into very, very deeply.
Well, I'm gonna be glad to check it later tonight.
Yeah.
Until then, look, I don't want to reward failure too much, but I guess you did help. Look, how about this? I'll upgrade all your passes to VIP passes. Give you access up to floor, let's be wacky and say 20.
That is a pretty wacky number.
The wackiest.
Actually, you know what? You make a good point. It's not wacky enough. Let's do 17.
Oh.
I don't know, that's a prime number. That's like the opposite of wacky.
Then 18.
Deal.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks very much.
If there's any other way we can help, let us know.
Yes, our services are always available.
Of course. Anyway, it was a pleasure to meet you, at least, Rezcow. And you, of course, Caesar.
Thank you.
Not so much you. You're kind of a loser.
He's working hard on fixing that, don't worry.
Oh my god.
She points at the hat and she says, "Fix this whole thing." She points at you. She gestures vaguely at your entire outfit.
I'll get right on that. In fact, do you know who's... I have a friend in the tower who's got excellent style that I've been trying to locate.
You don't have friends.
No, you know him. Shy guy.
Who?
Shy guy ambassador. Kinda creepy looking.
She kind of gets stony-faced and she says, "He's not a friend of anyone, and he's not an ambassador. At least, he's Bulina's friend. He's not mine."
Really?
And she turns and walks away.
Bulina said she didn't know his name.
Are you saying this to her as she was walking away?
Yes.
She says no. She continues walking. She says no one does.
Oh. That's ominous.
He just comes and takes her away sometimes, and I don't get to see her when this happens.
Interesting.
Shy guy ambassador.
The one who teleported away with John.
Oh, it's been a bit. Okay.
Yeah, I actually have no idea who you're talking about.
It's the one that led to John and having problems.
we last saw him in scuba gear on the 4th floor.
This must have been while I was in jail.
Yes, it was.
It's possible. Yes, it was. Yes. You never mentioned this, apparently.
So yeah, and now
No.
you're left alone outside the tower.
Well, we've got VIP passes now.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I wish we could stay outside longer.
We have many jobs to do.
While we're out here, we could try and find out where McFlibbity and Sharon are hanging out. I mean, somewhere outside of the tower. That's a pretty broad space.
Probably better use my phone.
Yeah. Yeah, we want to have Sharon tell Mr. Bean that Van is ready to hang out, but we want to rescue Jakey Boy first. I asked Belina, and she did not get to him.
Well, that's something.
She was trying to ask me if I knew where he went. So he must have just escaped somewhere. Or been taken by someone else.
Good old reliable Jakey Boy.
We need to find Jakey Boy before we want to take on Espresso.
Yeah.
This is out of character. And we need to... It is! Or not. I've been saying his name all
storm cloud
session.
appears above Didakov, the player.
But, yeah. And then, we want to talk to... Belina... Yeah, I mean, I'll probably talk to Ava at some point, but that's not pressing. I think, yeah, that's our biggest lead right now, is just since we have a deal with Belina that she'll help us more if we take him out, that kind of aligns our other interests.
So you're saying that becomes our main quest now?
Yeah.
Also, it would be good to give, a couple of days to see if Belina can actually help Victor's family, so Victor stops trying to murder us.
I think she's just gonna kill his family. Or kill him.
But I was really convincing.
But it's Belina.
Anyway,
Wendy seems nice.
Actually, yeah. All the Koopa kids are acting pretty alright.
I mean, she was really excited about watching you guys explode. But she's friendly, and it turns out she just really she really wants people to like this tower. So I think it helps if you just act as if the tower is a nice place to be.
It's gonna be real sad when we end up destroying it eventually.
When we end up maybe destroying it eventually.
Oh, I mean, just knowing us in general, it's gonna end up happening.
Yeah, if there's a two ways to resolve this, fixing a thing or breaking it, one is much more likely.